What's going on, everyone? Welcome back along to the channel. Today is a special little video with an update as to what's happening so far in Season 3 of the Global Rugby Challenge. That's right, the subscriber series is back, and if you didn't see the first video announcing this, or you're new around to the channel, today get a little bit of an insight as to what this tournament is, how you can join up and be a part of it, and of course, how it is going to work for season number 3. First things first, of course, the Global Rugby Challenge is the subscriber series, and that is a series where you guys take the field against the world's elite teams in a competition of global and epic proportions, as the name itself says. How does it work? Well, pretty simply, there is going to be 12 teams. Now, 12 teams are going to be made up from as many as possible subscriber sides, but currently we're sitting at 4 subscriber teams full of you guys. They will be taking on the 2 grand finalists from each of the big competitions around World Club Rugby. The 2 finalists from Super Rugby, the 2 finalists from the top 14, the 2 finalists from the Premiership in England, and the 2 finalists from the top 14 as well. So as it currently sits, that will give us 12 teams. The season is played out in a league format, playing each of the other teams just once and then going into a top 6 finals series where 1 and 2 get a week off and 3 to 6 playoff in what is essentially a quarter-final match. And then of course it is 1 and 2 versus the winners of said quarterfinals, moving on to the grand final and then eventually getting the winner. Last season in season 2 it was the All Flakes. Season number 1 it was the Flakers. Season number 3, we will find out very, very soon. So the question on everyone's lips must be at this point, if you're wanting to join, how do I do it? Well, let's take a look at a player and just what you need to give me to get involved in Season 3 of the Global Rugby Challenge. Okay, so here is the player creation screen on Rugby Challenge 3. Now, this is where you guys can get involved because it is you taking the positions inside those subscriber teams. So for you to take part, all I need to know is pretty much your key attributes for your player. So things like a name is pretty handy, age not too relevant, but nationality is a big one because a lot of the teams are based in certain areas of the world. Ethnicity, if you want to go that way, but more importantly is position, where you want your player to line up, preferably in the sides. Now, Season 1, a lot of backs. Season 2, we had a really, really good blended mix. In Season 3, I'm hoping for more of the same. Now, as we go into attributes, which is a pretty important part, this is where no one will be better than anyone else. This season, we are going for an overall rating of 82 per player. So that means if you throw me a player that you've created on the fan hub of 86, I'm going to modify him up just to get him nice and even. Last season, the subscriber sides were a bit too good still. So we're toning it back a few and looking to make the season a little bit more even versus the AI sides. So what I need to know is your strengths, your weaknesses, and anything in between that you want to add in as well. As always, it's good to look at the head. The face and hair can be pretty important. The body has definitely a thing to say. And of course, none more so than the colour of your boots. That is one to definitely add in. Anything else you want thrown as well, we can definitely work with that. So let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Twitter or create your player on FanHub. Let me know the name and we can download him to the game and into the subscriber series. This is just a rough example of what I need to know, so if you haven't seen the first video, you can still join today and get involved in this series. So here you're saying, okay, I can create a player, now what is next? Well, this is a big part of what this video is all about, an update for the teams we've got, and of course for those of you who have already signed up, where you may possibly be playing in season number 3. So let's have a look at the 4 sides that we've got so far for this competition. Okay, before we kick into it and have a look at the sides for this season, I will mention this first. For those of you who have already commented and given me about 12 players you want added in, we haven't done that quite yet. All I've done so far for those with multiple players have only got a couple into the side. So that is a way to keep it fair because I don't want one whole team full of one person's players. This is a team game, and it's a team where 15 of you guys are going to be up there watching. So no more than a couple of players at this stage will be entered in per person. So we'll see how we go with that and work it out from there. So if you've given me 10 players and you only see a couple or 3 in here, that is why. So make sure you get your preferred player into the teams. Here is the All Flakes. It is the defending champions of season number 2. And of course, this is the team to beat for season 3. We do have a few updates going on with badges and kits and all that sort of good stuff as well. So you can expect these to get even better, and not already got better this season as well. Fantastic kits that I cannot thank Tikog Steve enough for making for this series. He's done an absolutely phenomenal job of these kits, and I absolutely love every single little piece about them. So big props to him for his work, and it is never ending. He's just getting bigger and better with these kits as well, which I absolutely love. So the All Flakes, who is in this side in season 3? Let's take a look at the team. So as you'll see when we go through the sides as well, there are still plenty of places up for grabs. So do make sure you leave your player in the comments below to be added into these sides. Some teams are fuller than others. And as I say, this is still just a draft at the moment as to where players will play. If we get 5 scrum halves into one side, obviously we're going to distribute them about the other side. So here is the All Flakes. Obviously players from last season do have the preference to stay in the same side. So Shady Streetwalker is the first name off the top of the list. We have Bob Jeffrey, also Liam Symes-Wells still in the All Flakes from last season alongside Nicholas Friedlander, Captain Fantastic, and Akahata Commander, which is a good one to stop on and just mention if I do stuff up a name that you have submitted for your player, do let me know the correct way of pronouncing it, because I do know, Nicholas, that we do stuff up your name every single episode, but we're going to roll with it anyway, unless you want me to change it. Christian Catley, another one returning alongside Dean Muntberg and Jimmy Henderson. We have a couple of new guys down the All Flakes this season, starting off with Corey Davidson. Ike Wrigley also comes back into the All Flakes for a new season, as well as fantastic second rower Benjamin Grayson. Another newcomer, Ben Bobbs in the All Flakes for the first time, and Tip Top. Yes, that's right, from season 1, Tip Top is back for season 3 as well. Brett Hartley makes his 3rd consecutive year in the All Flakes, and Vigorogier still returns with this champion side. And finally, last but not least, yes, Cornflake is going to be in the All Flakes. Not that he's going to play much, but that is just my home nation. So Flake is in there, and he's pretty good at riding the pine. He's done it for 2 seasons now, and I don't think he's actually played a matchup yet. And as I say, at minimum, there is still another, up to 23 places, so that is another 7 spots available at minimum for the All Flakes, and we are at least 23 in each side. It's a nice way to rotate. So the All Flakes looking fairly full though, compared to some of the other sides. We'll take a look now at the Season 1 champions. And that is the Corn Flakers. Now, the Corn Flakers were a side originally designed to pretty much fill in the gaps of any non-specific nation. We got a lot of people who didn't actually submit a country to be from, or places like the USA, Canada, and anything in between, Zimbabweans, places like that, where there's not enough to make up a full team like there would be England or Ireland, etc. And that is of course why the Corn Flakers come about. The All Flakes, Southern Hemisphere, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, mainly the islands, Fiji, Samoa, etc. as well in there, but the Flakers definitely a side made up from pretty much the guys from all around the globe, and Season 1 champions, so you cannot argue with that, and you cannot argue with the absolute outstandingness of this kit for the Flakers as well. Still work in progress on that. Here is the side though, and you can see straight away that the Flakers have a pretty good bunch of players returning for Season 3 as well. And it starts off with another returnee, Jim Aligino at the top of the list. Yes, a fantastic player, and he's back once again for Season 3. Another new man, and welcome along for his first season, Desmond Udi, joining the side from the United States of America. Joshua Brett, Canadian, back in the side for another season there for the man who has stunned everyone with some amazing performances in Season 2. Connor Nicholson, the big burly big man in the back row, returns, and he is a friend in his sides with Cannon Nicholson also in the team. Chris Smith from Season 1 makes a valiant return back to the Flakers, and it is the Valentine brothers, Francois Valentine and Pierre Valentine, still there with the Flakers as well. A new man coming into the side is Tino Mahande, joining from Zimbabwe. Like we talked about, these guys are from everywhere. And of course, a man that really starred in Season 2, Michael Guerin, returning to the Flakers. Peter Matthews, another one on the list for the Flakers, alongside Owen Richards, who scored a bulk load of points in Season 1 and 2. Manuel Valera, a good solid midfield partner, and Rubber in the front row. Also another Zimbabwean, getting a few of them in the side as well. Newcomer to the side will be Joel Savage, and that rounds out the 15 players available for the Flakers. Again, 8 spots ready and available there for anyone who wants them at minimum. The Guardians of the Crib, runners-up in Season 1 and semi-finalists in Season number 2. They have a hard task ahead of them if they want to become first-time champions in Season number 3. They look fantastic with brilliant kits, as this side really represents mainly England, but a little bit of the whole UK in there as well as we balance these sides out. But this is a side with a rich history, but can they grow it even more in Season 3? These last couple of sides are probably the two that are lacking the most players. But you can see we've got a good solid 10 people in the Guardians of the Crib so far, and it kicks off with a newcomer. Ian Ferguson will be the first name on the list for the Guardians. Mike Hunt, of course, returning, but he's missing his 2 buddies in the front row so far. No Owen Fagan and no Luke de Normanville. Where are you guys? Get in there, sign up. Michael Shepherd returns, as does Don Butler and Tom Guest. Newcomer Leo Bloomfield comes into the Guardians for the first time, and another one, Craig Anderson, big front rower from Scotland. Louis Evans, a fly half who looks to add depth for this Guardians side. Heston Gardner, remember that name from Season 1? I do. He is back for the Guardians in Season 3. And finally, Kieran Jones. He is a monster. He's a big fella. He's fast and he's quick and he's strong. And he is back for the Guardians in Season 3. A lot of spots still here for the Guardians. Of course, balancing will happen. But I know there's a lot of you who did miss the first up initial announcement last month. So make sure you don't miss this one. And last but certainly not least, into their second season in the Global Rugby Challenge will be the Celtic Dragons. Now, their first season in the competition was Season 2. They didn't exist in Season 1, so it's an ever-expanding competition, and we hopefully we can put more teams in from subscriber sides in the future as well. But as it stands, we've got the 4, and this is a fantastic kit too for the Dragons as they look to make their mark on Season 3 of the competition. Now, these Dragons also missing a few players, so anyone who wants to get involved with the Dragons, this is a club predominantly from a huge influx of Irish players last season, so more of them may be coming in, but it's a very good side, a new side, and a very good looking kitted side as well. So if you want to join the Dragons, there's a team definitely with plenty of space to jump into. So far, just 6 guys lining up for the Dragons, but I'm sure plenty more will be coming their way very, very soon. Frederick Loeb is the first name, and the Loeb-De Rossi partnership was brilliant last season. We're hoping for more from those two again. Jordi De Rossi captained the side pretty much all season alongside this guy, Steve Tekogs, another one who is absolutely phenomenal. 3 seasons now in the competition. Junior Mocker returns with a name change as well, and he was one who was a bit of a star last season for the Dragons. A couple of newcomers, Daniel Jenkins, and then we have Oscar Connolly returning with a bit of a positional change, but always a dangerous big player for the Dragons. That's all they've got so far, as you can see, on pretty much returning and putting players in by nationality. So a lot will still happen, a lot could still change. But if you were in the side last season, you will stay there. Hopefully, we can keep it that way for this season as well. So as you can all see, plenty of spaces for plenty of players. Leave your comments below who you want to add in yourself, anything at all. You can get into the subscriber side for season number 3 coming your way very, very soon on the channel. Simple stuff, we've gone through it all already, so I hope to see plenty of comments in the section below as to who wants to join up, what team you want to be in, anything like that, and we can get the season quickly underway. Until we do get the season kicked off, thank you everyone who has already joined up and signed their player into the teams. I hope you're looking forward to the series. I can't wait for it to get underway. So until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for plenty more very, very soon. As always though, take care.